Hi YouTube! I really enjoyed my reviews that I did for you last time, so I've decided to bring a few more up. So today I've got Maximum Ride by James Patterson, and I love this. I was given this when I was 14, maybe even younger than that, and it's about Max and a group of kids that have escaped from a lab. They've been there since they were kids and they've been experimented on, and they're like 60% human, 40% bird. So they've actually got wings, and it's basically their story after they've left the lab, how they survived being kids with no parents, and then the lab comes and takes their youngest one, who they've called Angel, and they've got to go and get her back. And it's just a massive adventure about them going back to the lab, which they call the school, and then they have to fly to New York, trying to get away, and along the way different things start happening. So one of the characters is able to read minds, another one can imitate somebody's voice like perfectly, so they start mutating basically. And yeah, it was really good, and even though I was so young when I read it, I've read it since then and I've enjoyed it just as much, so I'd give this a big 4. There's a lot of them. I think there's about 7 now, and I'm pretty sure that they are still making them. James Patterson doesn't usually do kids books, but I would definitely recommend this. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that one. Now this one has got a massive place in my heart. This is Where Rainbows End by Cecilia Ahern, and it's so different from all the other books I read because I think I mentioned last time I read a lot of young adult books, but this one is completely different. It's an adult book, and it's about it's a love story really. It's about 2 people that are best friends when they were kids, and how they grow up and their lives, how they change, how they get married, not to each other, and basically how that affects them when they're both so clearly in love with each other. And half the time I'm yelling at my book, you know, for goodness sake, just tell her or tell him. And what I really like about this book as well is that it's all done in like letters and emails, and it's not written like a narrative. So that was one of the things that I really loved about this was, you know, it starts off when they're 5 and their birthday invitations to each other and things like that, and then their parents writing little notes to them or to each other, and it's just so heartwarming, and it makes me cry every time I read it. It's my feel-good book. So this one is a big fat 10, and you have to read it. You just have to. That's it. You've just got to read this book, definitely. So there's another 2 reviews for you. I'll probably do a lot more because I read so much and I just love it, and I love sharing my favourite books so that other people will feel exactly the way I feel about them, or even if they don't, because I really like listening to other people's opinion when they don't like something, and then I'm like, well, why? You know, what are you playing at? So yeah, just like the video, subscribe, and leave me any comments, because I'd love to hear what you think if you've read any of these books. Thank you, bye!